Hello guys, welcome to another We're Talking About Hockey with Kyle from Canuck and Nuts. So we covered the Eastern Conference teams, the first video. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. A lot of good content, also good discussions that you guys can talk about. Let's talk about the Western Conference teams in this video. So right here we're using the Dallas Stars. I think they were the biggest winners in the Western Conference yesterday. They picked up Captain America Joe Pavelski for $7 million for 3 years from San Jose from free agency, and they also got a nice cheap contract in a 1.5 deal for 1 year for Corey Perry. Corey Perry, of course, bought out by the Ducks. But this is the contract for Perry. I'll get to Pavelski in a second, but the contract for Perry is a great contract only because he's coming off a couple injuries past couple of years. Hasn't played to his full potential. He is on the decline though, but he hasn't. Like I said, injuries have prolonged what's going on. But it's a nice, cheap contract. Good for him, too. He could easily get 15, maybe 20 goals still, in my opinion. But Dallas gets the good offensive help right there. He could play second line. He could probably still play third line. He could play third line for sure. Maybe even on the first line, help out Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. But the big one, though, it was Joe Pavelski. You get a guy very underrated, in my opinion. Hasn't always been underrated, considering he was drafted so low. And because you end up losing Spezza, but he's also a bit older. But you get a great second line center, and who can also flex into the first line if like a Seguin got hurt, and you can also throw him on the right side, I think, as well. So Dallas right there easily ups their chances of becoming, I wouldn't say contender yet, but they're going to be a continuous playoff team after those acquirements. It'd be great to see how Pavelski and Perry gel when it comes to the Dallas system. They also picked up Andrej Sekera for defense, so they get more defensive bolster, helping out with what's his name, Klingberg. I almost forgot that. But they got their defense looks great as well. Not too much also coming from my opinion for the Dallas Stars. The other big winner I'd say here, they got the second best forward, the third best player I think in the free agent pool was the Nashville Predators. They got my boy Matt Duchene, played for Ottawa for, you could say, a year and just a bit. So they got him for $8 million. Best season last year with 70 points. Made it to the second round with the Columbus Blue Jackets. But hear me out when you say that this might help the Nashville with the playoff chance of possibly reaching the finals again. Yes, they lost Subban to New Jersey in a trade. But your forward core, the top six is probably the best top six I can think of off the top of my head right now. So you have Philip Forsberg, Ryan Johansson, and Victor Arvidsson. You throw Matt Duchene on the second line, you still have the guys likes of Mikael Granlund, you have Craig Smith, you have probably the best third line center in the league in Kyle Turris, who's making $6 million a year. Be interesting to see what David Poile does with Kyle Turris. Possibly moving way out. I don't think he ever flourished well in Nashville. I know injuries last year slowed him down, and I believe he was scratched at one point in Laviolette's system. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But good move by Nashville. I know Matt Duchene, big country music fan, but he's going to flourish well, I hope. I wish him the best in Nashville. And they didn't make any other defensive moves, which was, I wouldn't say surprising. I know they may be tight for cap. But you lose PK Subban, so I mean you could sign Roman Josi now to his extension, and then you're gonna throw Steve Stantini in there. I just feel like maybe adding one more defense could have helped them a bit more when it came to helping for another championship run. I think they could have easily, or not easily, but maybe possibly if they have the money. I don't know off the top of my head how much they have. I could check cap friendly. But another possibility would be Jake Gardiner. Just add up there. That's just my opinion. They don't have to. Obviously, I'm not the GM. I'm not David Poile. That's a possibility for them to go through with. Just because I think with losing Subban, you're losing an all-star defenseman. you're not be able to replace him right away, but I feel like you should possibly look into filling the spot. I don't know how much defense system they got for their prospects. They got Dante Fabro. I forgot. I apologize. But expect Nashville and Dallas to battle it out possibly for first in the Central next year. Moving on to the Pacific Division. I got that. Did I say? Yeah, Pacific Division. My bad. Vancouver right here. They got Tyler Myers for $6 million, I think, for a couple of years. Good move, I think, on Jim Benning's behalf. He gets a defenseman. I wouldn't say a top defenseman, but he gets a top 4 defense to add to a bunch of young guys. He's probably going to play, I'm hoping, with Quinn Hughes. So Quinn Hughes may probably learn from Tyler Myers, which is great. So Tyler Myers can help Quinn Hughes work on his offense, on his defense. It's just his all-around game, and Tyler Myers just does his thing. So Quinn Hughes, obviously, we all know it's going to be good in the NHL, but how good could he be? I think it depends how much he is able to play with Tyler Myers. And then the guy right there that just missed the shot, the big one, I still think they need to sign, Brock Boeser. Still without a contract. I know that he said, I believe in the season, he didn't want to talk about contracts and he wasn't thinking about it. Vancouver, you gotta get him. You gotta get him signed. You guys have you have great 2 prospects right here, Pettersson and Boeser. They're gonna lead you to the playoffs next time you guys make the playoffs again. But you gotta get him signed. I give him whatever he wants. I think maybe not too much though. Maybe a 7, a 6, maybe, depending how much he comes with. But you guys can make a good top 6 once you have Boeser signed, because you have Pettersson. You'll have Pettersson and Boeser for the first line, Horvat and JT Miller for the next pairing, and then you can rotate. You have Sven Baertschi, who's a possibility. Tanner Pearson came in and played well last year after the trade. So as long as you get Boeser signed, I don't think 100% a playoff team come next year, but you're working on becoming a great playoff team. And you get Thatcher Demko more time. You guys could be a good team for years to come once all your prospects have developed and are NHL ready. I'm trying to think as well. Like I said, it's been an early morning if you watched the other episode. Just trying to think of any other team. There wasn't much, I don't think, from the Pacific teams. San Jose, like I said, or I didn't say, but they lost Pavelski, but they signed Carlson. Just trying to think off my head. Los Angeles, not with too many moves. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Oilers. So if you're new to the channel, we did a GM series with the Oilers. The only problem was the file got deleted. We had a good run going with that team, but we were able to turn the team around. So let's talk about what Ken Holland and company need to do about the Oilers. When it came to free agents, I don't think they made any moves, not that I could think of, except signing some of their own guys. But there is a lot of good players that they could easily went out and got. They could have got Gustav Nyquist. He signed for 4.4 or 5.4 a year. I'm pretty sure you guys can afford that. And you could have put him with McDavid. Because from what I heard yesterday is that they're going to go... They want more lines to score, so you're going to break up Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. The Nugent Hopkins played well with McDavid, and I thought, when they were paired together, so they're probably going to be a combination. And then Draisaitl, you could probably put... your guess is best as mine, probably. Ty Ratty, maybe. I don't know. I know Jesse Puljujarvi wants out. Kailer Yamamoto. I can't really think off the top of my head, guys, of who you could really acquire. But you could have easily got someone. Like I said, Gustav Nyquist would have been your best bet. And then in goaltending, they picked up Calgary's old goaltender, Mike Smith. So I'm probably going to say that's Mike Smith starting next year over Koskinen. Koskinen got the not a great deal, in my opinion, from Peter Chiarelli. considering this was his first year, and I believe he's already 30-something. So they just gave out money. Mind you, I think Chiarelli ran that team to the ground. You could still have Taylor Hall and not Adam Larsson. You bought out Andre Sekera, so you need more defense. Ken Holland, I think, has a tough road up for him to build this team up. But they need to get on it quickly. You can get a lot for Jesse Puljujarvi still. He's only, what, 21? He still hasn't showed his full potential. He could still develop. If you remember in our GM series, we got Anthony Mantha for him. So, a lot right there. I know I'm pretty blunt with my answers, but now they should get on working on that team as quick as possible, because you need to fix the Oilers so they can go back. I mean, you have the three. I think if you're looking at it, Anaheim and LA are going to be rebuilding unless Los Angeles turns it around this year. So you right there's two teams developing that you should be finishing ahead of. Calgary's still going to be a top team. Vancouver's still working on rebuilding. So you should be able to jump over Vancouver. So that puts you into 4th. I believe, yes. 4th. I'm thinking 4th. I'm just trying to think. 7 teams in that division. Yeah, 7 teams in that division. No, there's 8. Whatever, guys. They're going to be finishing in the middle of the division. You could still compete for a playoff spot. So you just need to find it now and get Jesse Puljujarvi out. Get all the assets you can get right now. Get a scoring winger. Get something. This will be the last topic, though, for this episode. It's a bit longer than the Eastern Conference. And we're just going to talk about, we talked about it with the Eastern, so we'll talk about the West, though. RFAs. So right here, Winnipeg's got 2 of them. Patrick Laine being 1, and Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor, you should be giving at least a 6, in my opinion, $6 million a year. But when it comes to Patrick Laine, I think you need to be cautious of what you're going to give him for a contract. Only because he had a great first year. Second year is all right, but last year he struggled. He went a lot of games without a goal. At one point, Lucic had more goals in the calendar year than he did. So that says a lot. As well, moving also to another Canadian team, we talked about Brock Besser already. Matthew Tkachuk for Calgary. He needs to get a contract as well. I think his team should have made our offer sheet for him. Honestly, I think adding a guy like Matt Tkachuk would be a great acquisition for someone. Mind you, because we have Brady's in Ottawa, so that's why I'm a bit biased on that one. But a lot of talent still out there. But that's the end of the video, guys. So let me know what you think for a sleeper in the West. Let me know what you guys think who will be the Western Conference champion next year. And with both videos being done, let me know who you think as well will be the Stanley Cup champion. I know it's early to predict, but let me know what you guys think. With the end of that video, though, let me know what you guys think for more topics to talk about. I love doing talking about these topics for the NHL. I like talking about it. So let me know any more topics. Drop in the comments what you want to see. I'll do anything, especially when the next season starts. I'll have topic of discussion every month to talk about what happened, big trades, big moves, surprises. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And take care.